Greg's back with us from the Concord Food Co-op. Happy New Year.
Well, Happy New Year to you.
And we made the holidays, and there was a collective sigh of, it's over.
Yeah,
All the running around.
I didn't do too bad. I just gained a few pounds, but that's the topic today is, we make our New Year's resolutions, and I think there's a real energy to, put a health program into place the first of the year. So I've asked Betsy and Josh to be with us here today to talk about tips and what we...
No, we did a story Wednesday. Somebody came out and said most New Year's resolutions are broken by January 12th. I'm like, why would you want to set yourself up and then 12 days in we go, yeah, okay, no, forget that, I'm done.
Exactly. That's why I didn't set any. You're not
going to say you're wise. No,
I'm not
good.
disappointed 6 days from now.
No, the thing that bothers me is people who say, I'm going to lose 25 pounds. I'm going to do... You've told everybody, and now if it's not happening, now... Oh, well, I don't want to let him down or her down. It's going to, you put more pressure on yourself as opposed to just doing it and then have people come up going, man, you look fabulous. What's going on? Bada boom. To me, that's an easier way of going about it. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is that all you have to say on that?
No, definitely not. Yeah. So,
a man of few words.
Yeah. So what I would say first off is the biggest problem I see is people trying to be perfect around things instead of just trying to be a little bit better. We all make, people tend to make these big goals or dreams and things they have at the good intentions,
yeah.
Right? But making sure that's grounded in reality, because the fact is the kids are going to get sick. The dog's going to eat chocolate and you're going to have to take it to the vet.
Right.
We're going to have family members that go to the hospital, whatever happens.
Life happens.
That's just the normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, the normal way.
John Lennon said in one of his songs, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans.
Yep.
And, to me, I thought that was the perfect line. So I'm over here, but, life says, hang on. That's what happens.
So just planning for that, I think, is the best thing you can do. Expect those things to happen. Expect that you're not going to be perfect and that things are going to get in the way, but the next day is always a new day to get back on track. And, also having side plans for when things like that happen. So you can't make it in the gym that day, but can you have 10 to 15 minutes of a, body weight based workout that you can do in any location? If you can't make it, can you have some meals prepped up beforehand that are healthy, so you don't have to get fast food or something
on
like
the
that,
fly,
right?
Yep.
Maybe plan a couple meals that you can have pre-prepped.
So is that your job to keep people grounded based in reality?
Yeah, very much so.
Okay.
And again,
I think people need that. Yeah.
Without lofty goals, because you don't want to have something you can't reach.
Right. I think the way I think about this is have a plan A, plan B, plan C.
Nice.
So that, and also to expect slippage. You're going to fall off the wagon once in a while. But I think getting into a negative mindset is what really gets people.
True.
They just give up.
Yeah.
And I want to go back, though, to the beginning of, I think, a really important thing when one is looking to start the new year and be healthier is to look in your heart and say, why do I care? You have to know why you care. And maybe you want to be healthy because you want to get on the floor and play with your grandchildren. Maybe you want to hike down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Maybe you want to live to be 90. But to really look inside your heart, and that's different for all of us.
Hiking down the Grand Canyon is not the hard part.
It is hard, though. It is hard. By the time you get down, your little thighs are going to be talking to you.
But you're right. It's got to be that personal decision.
And that becomes the motivation.
Yeah.
Right, because you need a real motivation that isn't, that's going to keep you going for the long term. And the other thing is to be honest, look in the mirror. So look in your heart and then look in the mirror about, what do I need? Do I need Josh beating on me every day to do my thing? Or can I go out with my neighbor every day or with my dog, or just what's going to work for you? Because everybody's different. I don't need a trainer to beat on me. I need someone to teach me stuff, but I'm very self-motivated. But people are different.
Yeah.
Come on, we're
Everybody's
supportive too.
Everybody's
Yeah,
different.
but no, I mean that lovingly. I mean that lovingly. It's great. It's totally. That's
And
what-
some people need that extra motivation from
Yeah.
somebody who's going to train them. Yes, I get that.
Some people are like you, no structure. I can do this. Other people need structure.
Yeah.
Right.
They need you going,
Yeah.
hey, did you do the 50? No. Boom. Okay. But you put yourself in that position, and so you're my structure. And great for those people who need it. For those who don't, talk to you.
Yeah, and plus you've got expertise. So some people are motivated by information, so you can provide that information and help people realize there's a lot to this. And the science every day, there's more information about how much happier and more fun we have when we're working out.
Do I, at this juncture, Greg, am I changing diet at this time of year? Because people are prone to going inside, which I go the other way. I want to be outside. That's why they make nice jackets, so I go out. But I'm getting sun. I'm doing the whole vitamin D, fresh air, feel better. But am I supposed to be doing something diet-wise?
Well, I'd ask the wellness experts. I think what I mostly see is people just, start to go walking more, hit the gym. So I think for the most part, my experience is like that they're more looking to improve their health through exercise. But, what's your experience? Do people really start to look at their diet first of the year?
They do. Okay.
I say yeah, but it depends on
this
what,
is radio.
what
you
you
can't
want.
just nod. You have to say yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you want and where you want to go with it. If you're feeling great, you have great energy through the day, and you're loving life, then I'd say, does it need to change? I don't know. That's up to you.
See, I think part of
are
it's
you
weather.
losing? Yeah.
If we
Yeah.
get some bad weather and it's cold, people are staying inside. They're bored to tears. They're eating,
Right.
and it's like you can't do that. I mean, that just whatever I'm doing with you, getting me off the rails. I need Plan D,
Right.
or Plan F.
Yeah.
I got to get back.
Yeah.
So what are some, we have find your motivation and, allow yourself not to be perfect, give yourself some leeway. But what's some advice you would give to, just general advice you would give to people to improve their health?
I think one of the things that gets in the way of people think, I don't have time for this, I'm really busy, I'm
absolutely,
stressed, blah, blah,
absolutely,
blah.
yep.
And one of the really cool things about the research is that if you're one of them, there are really effective short workouts that are now available through a trainer or online where you can get some real bang for your buck. So, so that's one thing. And I think, too, that making yourself a priority. Like I was talking to a trainer yesterday, and I said, so what do you think is the key to motivation? He said, I think it's about, this is a 70-year-old guy, not to stereotype, but he said, it's about love. You have to have enough respect for yourself that you're willing to put the time in, whatever
Right.
that is, whether it's the short, intense workout or like I like to go do things like climb, some ridiculously tall mountain, and that takes 10 hours. Or
That
something.
takes a lot of time.
So
So it's about what works for you.
exactly, yeah.
But see, but she's saying putting yourself first.
Yeah.
Which I like.
It's
because-
I mean, how many parents are like, I am so at the bottom of the list.
Right.
I'm busy taking care of everybody else. I'm taking
Right.
care of my parents. I'm taking care of my kids. Okay, and again, it comes back to the schedule of I'm never going to have time for me.
Right.
But if you value yourself a little bit more,
You'll make time.
you
Yeah.
will find
You
time.
will
You
make
got to
it.
do it. And this is what I argue with personal finance. When your paycheck comes in, pay yourself first. Because if you wait until the bills are paid, stuff is done, there's no money.
Right.
You're never going to get ahead.
That's a great.
You're never going to get ahead because I took care of this and this and this and okay.
Everything's taken care of.
I've
Everybody
got no
else
money.
is taken care of. Yeah, I
You've
know.
got to consider yourself a debt, and you've got to pay yourself $50, $100, $200, whatever. Pay that, and then when everything else, you can adjust. But if you don't make time for yourself financially, you're always going to be behind the eight ball. Same health wise.
Right. Yep.
Exactly.
That's a great analogy.
Were memberships given as Christmas gifts?
There were a lot given
That's
as
what I
Christmas
was
gifts.
wondering.
Yeah. It
To me,
that
it's a
worked out
good
very well.
gift.
Yeah, $100 one time, fully refundable, and it's a great deal. I think in a single year, if you didn't get your $100 worth of value, I would be very surprised.
Now, if I haven't paid my $100 and become a member, can I still sign up for the email?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so you
absolutely.
don't have to be a member. To
Anyone
get that.
can shop at the
Okay,
co-op, but
okay.
being a member, there's a long list on the website of all the benefits of,
Okay.
of becoming a member. So
I just want to let people know you don't have to be a member to shop the co-op.
that's correct.
No.
And the great deals today will not be member exclusive either. So the chicken and the beef is as good as it gets. Best chicken I've ever had. Smart Chicken's the best chicken
Really?
I've ever had. Yeah.
Oh, it's really
Wow,
tasty.
Major difference.
That's high praise. All right.
Wow.
Now you were going to ask her a question because she was being coy.
Well, she had a surprise, a secret topic, so
Okay.
she
Yeah.
wasn't going to tell me till I introduced it.
So I'm really, really passionate about this topic, which is that a lot of us get off track in part because with health, we hit a rough patch, and then we're really self-critical, and we beat on ourselves. We're like, oh, I really should exercise. I don't do it enough. I'm blah blah blah. This familiar, anyone?
Welcome to my life. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So a really critical skill to develop, and it is a skill, is to recognize that you do that, and then secondly say, you know what, I'm doing that, and right now I'm going to think of something, a pleasant association, like when was I in shape? What did that feel like? I remember when I went sledding with the kids, and I was able to run up the top of the hill, and we had a great time. So to evoke the positive emotion, because we grow from positive emotion. Negative emotion, beating ourselves, just makes us get smaller and greatly increases the likelihood of us falling off the wagon. Plus, it just stinks. It feels horrible, right?
It does, but it becomes easy if you
Right.
if you let it take you over. It
Right.
becomes very easy to just be okay.
And it's
I'm
hard
just
to
gonna be
get out of
critical.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Once you
is.
get in there.
It is.
Totally.
It's like the
Yeah.
hole gets a little deeper
Yeah.
to dig out of.
Yeah.
But
And
it is very important. I mean, it's amazing what a major part of a wellness program is the psychological aspect
Yeah,
of it. I mean, you're both
absolutely.
pointing it out, and you're right. I mean, that seems to be the vast majority of the time in my block.
Yeah. So I think just first being aware that that's what you're doing, and then secondly, and we all do it, it's human, is to say, you know what, I'm just going to pause here and be kind and remembering something really wonderful. Or the last time I was at the gym, I lifted more weight than, whatever, than I ever have, or whatever it is that's going to.
And I felt great about that. And I
Yeah.
remembered I
Focusing.
remember when I hit that when I hit that level, I'm like, okay, good.
Yeah, but you don't. I remember it, but I'm now 50 pounds away from where I was. I don't want to get depressed that I'm 50 pounds away. I want to use that as a motivator
Right.
to get back to that.
Yeah.
So it's I'm remembering the positive. I was
So
climbing
have
Mount
those
Jefferson.
thoughts when you're standing up. when you're energized, when you're
but
ready
it's like,
to go.
oh my gosh, I'm so far away from that. But one step at a time gets you closer to that. Yeah, I get that. No, that makes a ton of sense.
One thing I tell a lot of my clients, especially when it comes to the initial phase of starting to improve your diet, and a lot of people are trying to do that right now, is focus on what you can add to your diet that's healthy versus what you're taking away.
Oh, nice.
So focus on adding so many
Nice.
healthy vegetables, more water, insert whatever
I'm doing more
preferences you
water.
have there
That's one
that
of
is
my
healthy,
resolutions is more
right?
water.
Versus taking things away. Oh, I can't have that donut, or,
Yeah.
'Cause then you
focus
could-
on what you can
Yeah.
add versus
Yeah.
what you're taking away.
Then you
that's
spend
healthy.
your day saying, "Oh, I can't."
Well, you
oh,
make
I
it
can't,
look
oh, I
like
Right.
can't.
it's
Well,
like a penalty.
What
Yeah.
she said.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not a penalty.
Yeah.
It's reframing from
Yeah.
a negative to a positive. Exactly.
Exactly.
What she said.
Wow.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well,
But
Greg-
that's got to be through the whole bloodstream. I mean, it's got to be in your psyche. It's got to be in your thoughts. It's got to be in your heart.
Right.
All of this has to kind of work together.
Right.
But as Greg was saying, it's mental. A
Yeah.
lot of it
Yeah.
isn't just body. It's mental.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
And I think another thing I was just thinking about, if people who are parents who, maybe taking care of their own parents and the kids, is that your kids, they either listen to what you say, but they watch what you do.
And more so than what you say. Absolutely.
And, I was fortunate to grow up with parents who, walk the talk. We did a lot of family activities, and they didn't just tell us to go exercise. They did it themselves.
Nice.
And I'm more and more grateful for that the older I get.
When people come see you, Josh, a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year, what's a typical program, or is there such an animal?
Depends on where they're at and their goals, but
Yeah.
typically at least 12 months.
It is.
Yeah,
Okay.
usually people have long-term commitments to that.
Wow.
And
But as you said,
so it takes time, right?
the people.
Yeah, sure it
And
does.
you have to accept that that's where we get away from separate reality and fantasy, right? Because in reality, making small, sustainable changes over time. Results take time from that, but that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Thinking shortcuts, quick, fast, easy fixes, those don't exist.
And then
There's
after-
no magic pill when it comes to this. And the sooner you realize the fact that there is no magic pill out there, and that working on actual lifestyle changes takes time to implement those, that's why
It took
we
time to get
reframe
to
it.
that point,
Right.
so it's
Yeah.
going to take you time to get out of it.
Exactly.
But as you said, the clients that you've got coming in, they want to be there.
Yep.
Not, oh my God, my wife says I got to come.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, that kind of
Exactly.
thing. Yeah. Oh, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
What she said initially, tying it back to your why or in your heart. What is your
Yeah.
real reason for wanting that?
What's your motivation?
Yeah.
And stick to it.
And I think too that when you think about change happens gradually. That's just how if you think about nature, that's the scheme of things, and we can't change that. I think that's one of our problems as humans. We think somehow we're immune from the laws of the universe, and just really owning that and saying, this is gonna, like, weight loss, muscle strength, all those things happen, and to enjoy, I'm a little bit stronger. As opposed to, I'm not Mighty Mouse like today.
Enjoy the journey.
You had all that
Yeah.
information on this little card? You're pretty good. That was really good. Wow. Well, we're down to Friday for first Friday.
Yeah, first Friday 2019.
Wow.
Here we go.
All right. So buffet lunch today at the Coop.
Oh yeah, it's Friday. So what is it? Sticky chicken,
Sticky
mac
chicken.
and cheese,
Yeah,
and
there you
Oh,
am I okay on sticky chicken and mac and cheese? Is that
In
as
moderation.
as a treat.
In
Yeah.
oh, nice.
okay? No,
All right. There
I
we
just
go.
wanted to hear from them.
And load up half your plate with some yummy looking vegetables.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
Two
there you
vegetables.
go.
Yeah.
that,
Plenty
that
of those
salad
there.
bar. It's
And the
awesome
more colors,
salad
the
bar.
better. And
There
your
you go.
vegetables. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Greg, as always, thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay warm, and come on back next week. We'll do it again. Go to Facebook, and you can see the menu offerings for today.
Right, and this show is put on Facebook on our Facebook page in about 2 hours.